I was born, the doctor grabbed me by the ankles and smacked me right behind.
Hello, Cleveland! We are Chronic Confusion! Oh, the panties wet in the house tonight! Oh, fuck yeah. So that's how we do it here at Chronic Confusion.
Yeah.
Oh, episode 23 there. Episode 23 over there.
That's a bad age.
23. Why? Got them J's on my feet.
Oh, that's a good song.
No, it's not.
J's on my feet. Oh. No, we're going to get flagged for that. Get like me.
Fuck that song. Fuck Miley Cyrus.
What about teaching me how to Dougie?
Yeah. I don't want to learn how to Dougie, how to Nicky, how to Frenchie. I don't care.
I still don't know how to Dougie.
I have a good idea. I have a rough idea of how to Dougie.
I know how to whip, but I can't nay-nay.
You don't know how to nay-nay?
You just kind of like gyrate a little bit or something?
I don't know what either one is. I heard 2 seconds of that song when it first came out, and I was like, yeah, this is never going to get played, ever. And I have never played it, and I'm happy that I've never played it.
Have you had any girls be like, can you do the whip nay-nay?
No, nobody has asked me for it, and I'm so happy.
That's good.
Yes,
That's good.
That's promising. No, because all the girls these days want the most fake gangsta shit possible. The fucking, if it's about drugs and drive-bys, they want that shit. And knowing that ain't none of these motherfuckers singing about that shit ever been involved in that shit.
Play that Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap.
I'm a trap queen.
Sucks so bad. Fetty Wap would get smacked down in the trap.
He ain't got an eye. You can't see it coming.
That's right.
If you get at that
Just
motherfucker
come at him
from his left,
yeah, just
he's
come at him
fucked.
from the left side. It's all good. You got him.
You can knock his ass out real quick.
That's like if you ever get in a fight with Fetty Wap, just stick with all left hooks.
Boom.
He'll
You
never
don't see
block him.
Never. Yeah, the only dance moves I can do are the pistols, which is where you just point and kind of twist a little bit.
Yeah.
The Carlton, but I don't even do that right. And then the Harlem Shake, but that one's easy.
I can do this weeble wobble thing. That's about it.
Do you think it's because we're white?
It's white and it's fat.
Yeah. Kevin Smith not Kevin Smith. Fucking Kevin James, King of Queens. He dances.
Well, he was. He's also an athletic fat man.
That's not a real thing.
Yes, it is. Chris Farley, bitch.
Dude, he was on cocaine. He was not athletic. He was excitable.
No, dude. I don't care. I used to do a lot of cocaine, and I couldn't do somersaults. I would fall flat on my face, motherfucker. You know?
Did you attempt it?
Yes. Of course I did. I was on cocaine.
Oh, wow. What's this feeling? I'm going to fucking somersault.
Yeah. But no. Yes, there is a such thing as... Because, dude, I'll tell you why. No, because in fucking middle school, one of my best friends, this dude named Matt, was as big as I was back then.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker could smoke the tiniest fucking most athletic kids in the fucking 100-meter dash or whatever the fuck, 100-yard dash or whatever.
Yeah.
Every time would smoke the fuck out of him. He was fat as fuck. I was how the fuck do you beat these motherfuckers?
It's like a lineman in the NFL and shit. You know?
Yeah.
So, they make them. They're real.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
I can't jump Can you jump?
I mean, I used to play basketball and shit. I was pretty, I was mildly athletic for a fat dude, but not these days.
I get like
I've been lazy for too long.
I get literally 4 or 5 inches off the ground. That's my vertical jump. That's all.
I mean, I never had much of a jump. Like, jumpers and shit like that was never my strong point. But I could rebound like a motherfucker, and I got some points.
So we got fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can't dance. We're not athletic. Damn, man.
Which is why I think it's perfectly fine that we give other races a hard time, I mean, come on. I'm just playing.
No. Someone tried to tell me, and I don't. Someone tried to tell me that eugenics is the reason that black people are so good at sports today, because they said they're like, well, they used to breed them to be big and strong so they could work the fields. I'm like, you can't really think that, can you?
I mean,
they do think that though. Like, they're these crazy old rednecks
well, here's
at
the
my
thing.
work.
To an extent, it's true, but not the way they think it is. Like, they don't know a damn thing about biology. First of all, yes, genetics does play a part. Like, but the thing about it is like, it's not that they were doing it on purpose. Those were just like the ones they had around were the biggest and the strongest,
Yeah.
And of course, if you get two people with similar traits, they're going to have a kid that's similar too. That's just common biology. But it's not like they were going around picking them out, and it's certainly not like it's a guaranteed thing. Because, I mean, two fucking stacked people can have a run of a kid. It's not a guaranteed thing.
That's true.
But I mean,
it's just a fucked up thing to think.
But yeah, I don't think that anybody actually went through those steps. Because I mean, think about it. If you're these fucking slave owners, do you want a bunch of big, strong fucking? I mean, yeah, you want them to be strong to be able to work, but do you want them to be these big, strong fucking black people that can overthrow your fucking regime? No, you want to keep them on even keel with you, or at least a little below.
It happened.
It did, and good for them. Fuck those slavers.
You think that they were doing it, and then they had
got
that
sand,
clicked in their
Django.
head, like that clicked in their head. They're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
every one of these motherfuckers is 7 foot tall.
Yeah, dude,
250 pounds.
I guarantee you, at least one point in time, one of these slave owners, at least one, but I guarantee every one of them, at one point in time was like, these motherfuckers are kind of big and scary. Like, we better fucking just, like, lay it on thick. Make them believe they're not shit, because these motherfuckers, if they even get the slightest hint that we're weak little white motherfuckers, like, they're going to take us down.
This sounds like it's going to be like a Key and Peele sketch. Just them being
man.
like,
come on, man, we can take them.
You just being like, you going to let that little 5 foot motherfucker talk to you like that?
But it's true, man. It's like, I mean, and a lot of them were like fat old dudes.
Yeah.
Like, just would not be able to handle themselves in a fight.
Not saying that we would have been plantation owners, but back in the day, like, fat people,
yeah,
it meant
like,
you were successful.
Yeah, exactly. And you were revered.
Like, I mean, they call gout the king's disease.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I mean? Like, that used to be a sign of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can eat a lot, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I have the money. I can afford to eat a lot.
Yep.
That's kind of how it was.
And, also the beard thing. We would have been like Viking chieftains. Like, just if we showed up right now, they'd be like, wow, you guys are bearded and large. You must have won many battles and got lots of gold. Yeah, we did.
Exactly.
Cool. You can come into our town and rule it.
Whatever floats your boat, man. You got the power up in there.
We need a flux capacitor.
Yes. Let's instead of making a DeLorean, we'll make a big Viking ship. The fuck?
Just get it to like 20,
traveling through. I mean, because look,
20 knots an hour.
Think about it this way: if you're traveling through time on land, like in the U.S. and shit, like you could travel into time and be like stuck in the middle of a building somewhere,
or in the middle of
fucking
woods or mountains.
Yeah, if you miscalculate, but if you do it in the water, it's always the same.
Well, Pangea.
Well, yeah, but
we
you go back far enough, and you're just
far, and you were on land,
on the top of a mountain.
Son of a bitch!
With a fucking Tyrannosaurus staring you in the face.
Don't move.
We could go all the way back to the fucking primordial ooze and fucking jack off into it.
Will we do it at the same time?
You pick one side and I'll pick the other one, and then when we get back, we'll see like there'll be like two different societies. There'll be the Cody Dubs and the Tony Dubs.
No, neither of them would make it. We'd go back and it would be like, yep, universe is fucked. There's no such thing as science or math. They all exist, but no one knows anything about it because life is done. You guys ruined it.
This Neanderthals. Like, we never fucking evolved past Neanderthals.
Hi, me want sell car.
We wouldn't even have cars.
They'd have something. I mean, like, they made a wheel.
They'd figure out a wheel somehow.
We'd have giant pits of fire all over the earth where
Yes.
people would just gather around and throw their carcasses on it.
All right. So, damn, dude. So yeah, some people got shot. You know, I'm not trying to sound insensitive about it, but I want to keep this podcast as lighthearted as possible from now on. And we got to at least say that it's fucked up that it happened and it sucks, and, you know, our fucking whatever is with the families and the victims, and, you know, definitely people should donate, you know, don't just send prayers, because prayers don't do jack shit. You know, don't just send your positive vibes. If you really want to help, fucking help, you know. But it's a tragedy. It sucks, and it's like every other fucking week there's another shooting in this country these days, and who knows what's going to happen. But, you know.
This one was definitely an act of terrorism, though. The one in San Bernardino.
Yeah, I haven't even really read anything about it. I know it happened in San Bernardino.
You don't even want to. Really,
and I swear I heard somebody say there were kids shot, but you said there wasn't, so I don't know.
It was there's a holiday party or a Christmas party or whatever at.
Well, kids go to those sometimes. If it's a company party, I used to go to company parties.
Well, I haven't heard him say anything about kids on the news or the radio. All they're talking about is
maybe it was a different shooting.
Maybe, but I haven't heard it because all they're talking about is this. They're like, he went to Saudi Arabia and he got this lady who went to a mosque that had, you know, radicalized people before, and then they came back and then he was radicalized by her, and now they're going to they're dead. She literally declared her support for ISIS like a couple minutes before they went out there and started shooting.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my thing about that is, though, like, was she trained by ISIS, or is she just an ISIS, like, a supporter? Did she just be like, hey, I want ISIS to recognize me, so I did this so that they'll recognize me?
At the same time, though, it really doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter, but I'm saying, like, you can't say, because if you say that, like, she was trained by ISIS, then you could say, okay, we definitely have official ISIS operatives in the U.S., you know what I'm saying? Which we probably do, but we don't really have confirmation of that. Yeah, but right now, all we have are like ISIS sympathizers and other radical Islamists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I don't. To me, it doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Group they're from, or
it doesn't matter,
because he was talking to people from.
But the reason I'm
Al Qaeda and Baruch Hashim.
Well, the reason I bring it up is just because, like, ISIS is the buzzword. ISIS is the figurehead of terrorism right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
they're the JV team.
And it's automatically the people, the people that don't like care about all the details will just call everything ISIS. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, all them ISIS. The ISIS are here. Yeah. Well, but maybe they're not, though. They could be any fucking faction. You know?
But she definitely did. Like, and the reason that we know about that, like, we didn't find out about that till like 2 or 3 days after, was because apparently, if you say something on Facebook, if you're like, hey, I like ISIS or support terrorism or murder in any kind of way, apparently apparently Facebook, not ISIS, apparently Facebook will take the post down themselves, like, flag your account and send it over to the FBI. Just be like, hey, this person said this.
So why would you say I support ISIS on Facebook?
Because she did.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just normal.
No, people. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if one of us or anyone else
but if you talk shit about them, they'll leave it up, though, right?
Yeah, you can talk shit all day. You can talk shit about anything. They leave that up all the time. Yeah. But, like, you can't go, Allahu Akbar. You can't say that. Because Tashfeen Malik, Tashfeen. That's Tosh Fiend Malik. Yeah. She put that up there. And they're saying that she radicalized him, but now they're kind of saying maybe he got radicalized somewhere else.
Regardless, I mean, dudes, people that are still saying it's not about religion. Well, I mean, again, their religion gives them the validation. Like, I'm sorry, it just does.
What's fucked up is that this group CARE, which is like a Muslim group here in America, they told the FBI to wait on releasing the name of the guy that shot or anything about him, the Saeed Farouk, until they had prepared a statement. It's like, no, why should we wait for you to prepare a statement? Do you know, like, because
I mean, look,
then the dude's statement, he literally said that he said, you know, all of this is because of America's intervention in the Middle East.
I mean, don't get it twisted on my part. Like, you know, I hate religion with a passion, but I think people should be free to you know, follow a religion. But, you know, just as Christianity evolved past the whole fucking shit, is just like they did the same bad shit back in the day.
They did the Crusades, reformed a little bit,
and
did the Inquisition and reformed basically.
They got to a point where they could cherry pick and be a peaceful religion. For the most part, there's still people that take a little extreme, but it's way fewer.
At least Fred Phelps is fucking dead.
Yeah. So, and even before he died, he even fucking got right.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah. His fucking daughter disowned him. Shirley Phelps is running the shit now. She had been for a while.
What did he do? Did he come out and go, you know what? Faggots are all right.
I don't know the official story, but I'm almost positive that, like, towards the time when he got real sick and he was getting close to death, he was like, you know what, I don't really, you know, think we should be mean to people anymore. I don't know that I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
You know, I don't know the actual story. It's been forever since I read it.
That would be a good quote. I don't think we should be mean to people. He got it.
But it was something like that, you know, and I don't remember, but for some reason she was like, okay, I'm taking over. And you're no longer the figurehead. I am, because you don't believe in the message anymore.
Right. Well, hey,
you know?
I
could be wrong, but I swear to God, I heard that somewhere.
You and I are now probably in trouble. Like, when you post this, we're going to get in trouble just because, like you said, you know, people are saying, oh, it's not about their religion. Yeah. Well, Loretta Lynch, our Attorney General, said that she is going to heavily persecute any speech that she deems, like, detrimental or violent towards Islam. So, first of all, let's back that up.
I didn't get to finish what I was saying.
Okay, yeah, sorry, go.
But I was going to say, you know, like I said, as Christianity evolved past the genocide, evolved past the fucking all that shit that radical Islamists are preaching now.
Yeah.
If they can get past that point and be the same, I mean, look, as somebody who thinks it's ridiculous to cherry pick a religion, you know, like, if you have to cherry pick it, you shouldn't fucking have it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense, you know. But that's the way to make it a peaceful religion. So do that. You know, and maybe we'll fucking, you know, people will be less jumpity about it, you know?
Yeah.
And shit. But, I mean, you just can't say that it's a religion of peace when there's so many, and there's right in the text, look, Christianity is not a religion of peace. It is in the modern form. So modernize it, fucking, you know, fix it.
and when they say it's just like the small percent who are part of this.
Well, a small percent of a billion's a lot of motherfucking people.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I mean,
like you telling me, oh, it's only like 1%. That doesn't make me feel any better about it.
It's still a lot of people.
But to what I'm saying about Loretta Lynch and the speech against Islam is like, that's going against the First Amendment, our freedom of speech, because like the Supreme Court ruled. And, you know, I'm not agreeing with what they say, but they do have a right to say it. The Supreme Court's ruled that neo-Nazis can say what they want to say against Jews, that they ruled that the KKK could say what they wanted to against black people and gay people. You know, like, there's a difference between hate speech and freedom of speech, but, like, just saying that you don't agree with radical Islam, and that the entire Islam, like, you know, it needs to reform, that shouldn't be against the law, and Loretta Lynch shouldn't be wasting my tax dollars pursuing people.
Yeah, that's stupid. I hadn't heard that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, she said she's gonna like so like I'm thinking like what she's gonna do is like take out people like on like websites like Breitbart or the the D one.
The D one.
The what is the Drudge Report. There
Oh.
you go. The D. I couldn't
The
think of the
D1.
word. And like fucking news talk radio people.
Yeah.
And like if you start silencing the media like that, then we're not living in a free country.
It's just weird. Like like again, I don't want to eradicate religions. I just think that they need to fucking like fix it. Like Christianity did. And so whenever I talk about that shit, like I'm not saying that that Islam is bad. I'm just saying that it could be better, and the bad shit needs to be fixed, I guess. But it's just like, yeah, you can't fucking like people could have criticisms.
Yeah.
Like you can't deny that the shit they say has merit.
I mean, like, why can't you draw a picture of Muhammad? What's wrong with that?
Because somebody might kill you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, why? Why?
Yeah, I'm with
Why?
you. Yeah.
Like, I mean, are they afraid that someone's going to make the white and the black Muhammad? Or the Asian Muhammad like they do with Jesus? Is that what they're afraid of? Or maybe he'll do Muhammad and he's like a donkey or something.
Was it Conan? I think it was Conan had a funny joke the other day. That was like, it might have been Colbert. I don't remember. But it was something like, I'm going to fucking ruin it. They were like, somebody was like, no Muslim sports players ever did anything good. And he's like, said something about tell that to Muhammad Ali and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or something like that,
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. I was like, it's funny.
There
Like,
are a lot of people that convert to Islam.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, yeah, it's not, there's been fucking white Muslims that have done terrorism. Like there's been black Muslims that have done terrorism. There's been black Muslims that have done great shit, and white Muslims that have done great shit.
That's stuff that like I don't understand. Like, why are they trying to like point out like, oh, you guys are being racist, you guys are being bigots right now? No, we're not. We've been fine with the Muslim religion for so long.
Exactly.
It's just you can't have Muslim terrorists doing this stuff and be like, no, it's okay. Yeah. You can't do that.
And I mean, look, if there are fucking there was a case of Christian terrorism not too long ago on U.S. soil. I forget the name of the guy, but it happened.
Are you talking about the Planned Parenthood guy?
Well, there was that, yeah. But
no more baby parts.
Yeah. There was definitely that, but there was another. I mean, there's been several, So, yeah, it's not just... But right now, the way things are in the world, that just happens to be like the number one perpetrators of fucking terrorism are Muslims.
Well, a good point of Christian terrorism would have been... And good point, I mean, a good example would be the IRA.
Yeah.
They were a Christian terrorist organization for all intents and purposes.
Anyways, so politics. So we weren't going to talk about it, but
hey, we said we were going to delve into it just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I was trying to figure out though, because I could have swore there were kids involved.
I don't. Yeah, check that out because I don't think they're. I haven't heard that.
The event began as a semi-annual. Oh no, wait. All staff meeting, training, event, process, transition department, holiday party, luncheon. There were 91 invited guests, and about 75 to 80 people were believed to come to the party. Farouk armed. They wore ski masks and black tactical gear, including load-bearing vests holding magazines and ammunition, but not ballistic or bulletproof vests. The entire shooting took less than 4 minutes. They fired between 65 and 75 bullets. The perpetrators departed the scene before police arrived. Witnesses said they recognized Farouk as one of the shooters by his voice and build. Sources report that Malik pledged Bayah to the leader of ISIL on a Facebook account associated with her as the attack was underway. Later reports described the posting as being made on behalf of both shooters. Trying to find the fucking... reports of who fucking died.
There you go.
Okay, 14 civilians were killed and 21 others injured. Let's see. It took 5 patients transported, 6 were transported. The 14 deceased range in age from 26 to 60. So, okay, so no kids. What? There was something... fuck it. There's so many fucking mass shootings, dude. It's getting ridiculous. You know?
Like we said before, man, I almost feel like some of it's like MK Ultra level, like mind control shit.
I mean, yeah, and it's not fucking... It's not crisis actors.
Yeah, I'm not...
Sorry.
Yeah, not trying to, like,
Those people
downplay
piss
it
me
at
off
all.
so bad. Yeah, I think we talked about that on the last episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, that it hasn't gone up yet. It will. Hopefully, it'll go up before this one does. So.
I will tell you, though.
So,
the first report that came out about this, do you know what the tag was?
no.
It said, shooting occurs 1 mile from a Planned Parenthood site. So they were hoping it was another one of those, like the media.
Exactly.
And it's like, guys,
That was the narrative.
stop it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Trying to force the narrative.
You know, tragedies are bad
and
enough.
whenever it comes out, it's like the narrative that it actually was is kind of more interesting, or at least as interesting.
Well, and this will be the last thing, but like what I find so fucked up is like every time, and I'm not saying it's a correlation, but it's like I personally find it fucked up, is like Obama will say something and then something will happen. Like he said ISIS is contained, and then Paris happened. And then he said ISIS is not an existential threat to the United States, and then San Bernardino happened.
Yeah.
And while it might not be ISIS, it was a terrorist attack. So, I mean, not saying that he's, like, doing anything, but I'm just saying I find that fucked up, that he says something and then something happens. It's like every time he says something, they retaliate.
Yeah. And you think that's what's happened, or is it just coincidence?
Well, I don't believe in coincidence. So, I think something's going on. But you know me, I like to wear a tinfoil hat, so.
Yes, you do. You wear it well, sir. You wear it well. So yeah, I mean, we covered this fairly well in the last episode. I just wanted to make mention to the dozen of Chronic Confusion fans out there, all dozen of you.
We appreciate it.
Yes, that Oh, and hello to a new fan, a new listener. My homie up at the gas station. You know, he's a cool dude. If he listens to this, hello. And if you listen to any of the older episodes, so I'll let you know we tell a lot of jokes on here. You know, we don't really mean anything by it. But no, seriously. I mean, you know, we're very opinionated, very, very outspoken.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really hold much back, and we get stupid sometimes. So if anything offends you, I'm sorry. Don't charge me more for my cigarettes.
That's illegal.
Yeah, you know, just letting you know, I know the law. But anyway, so we covered this last week.
No, it was so good.
Yeah, I'm still getting tingly from it. But yeah, we got a copyright claim on it, and which actually got released. So awesome.
Yeah. And something cool, like I saw that you posted what those flying
I was going to talk about.
were.
That's the reason I wanted to talk about this.
Cool.
So we got a little bit more information on the trailer. All right. And basically, those things, which will be coming towards the end of the trailer, were not confirmed parademons, which are Darkseid's like foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Or air soldiers, as it were.
Huh.
Yeah.
That would really make sense to set up the Justice League.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what the word about it is okay. There's an action figure coming out in the Batman v Superman line of toys called Nightmare Batman but the Knight's with a K, and it's the shit that he's wearing in that scene. So the theory is that that's either a dream, a sequence, or a premonition of the future, which I believe. Because look, if they're gonna do Doomsday now, and here's another thing too, people are like, oh, they're spoiling it with Doomsday. They're shooting their wad too early with Doomsday, and I'm like, look, you fellow nerds. Doomsday evolves when he dies. So if they kill Doomsday in this movie, he's gonna come back. If they stick with if they stick with the actual narrative of Doomsday, if they at least keep a little semblance of his actual character there, he'll die and he'll evolve and he'll come back in a later movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's still awesome that they're using Doomsday. But yeah, like you said, it's if that is a premonition of the future, it's totally setting up for Darkseid to probably be the enemy in the Justice League movie. Which, I mean, who else would it be?
Yeah. Which, I mean, well, that kind of makes sense if they're calling him Nightmare Batman, and it's like if that's a nightmare, that answers a lot of questions, like why the soldiers had the Superman patch on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
well, see, the thing is, like, the theory is that in this premonition of the future, it's kind of like Injustice, the video game, where Superman becomes like God, like the leader of everything, and people bow down and worship him and shit. And so that's what this premonition is showing. Which, in my theory on that, is that will actually happen. All right, either in the Justice League movies, but my theory going back to Doomsday is that he will come back for the Man of Steel sequel, which they will do the death of Superman.
Perfect.
And I think that'll come between the first and second Justice League movies.
Or,
if I had to guess.
Or what they could end up doing is, which I wouldn't mind with what you just said, but they could like have him in here, and then they'd end up bringing in the Aquaman movie, probably a Wonder Woman movie.
Well, yeah, they're gonna do all that stuff too, for sure.
I know that they're rebooting Green Lantern, but I wonder how many of those will come out before they do the first Justice League movie.
Oh no, Justice League is 2017. I'm almost positive. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm almost positive.
So, let's say maybe they don't even kill Doomsday in this. He just launches him out into space.
Yeah, probably something like that.
So he could come back and be the villain again for that one, and they could lead up to Darkseid, just because I feel like Darkseid is more of a threat than Doomsday.
Well, my opinion is, I think that I don't know this for sure. I'd have to look up because they released the schedule.
Yeah,
of shit that's going to come, but I think
all the way up to like 2025.
I think I want to say that the Wonder Woman movie comes out either the same time, like a month or two before Justice League, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I think that Darkseid might play a part in that. I think that might be where he starts getting set up at. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know that because she could be scheduled for after, for all I know. But that would make sense to me.
I mean, I'm excited. Like, I've never really understood the people. Like, I mean, personally, I like Marvel over DC, but it's like they're close.
Yeah.
So like I'm excited that DC's coming back with some movies.
Well, it's like one thing I thought about too with the Justice League movie was like, wouldn't it make kind of sense to just like do like a villain team up? Now I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't fucking overload it with villains, but if you're gonna have fucking 4 superheroes, why not have Lex Luthor? Because you're getting Joker in Suicide Squad, and they're gonna start talking about him in BVS.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be building up for him. So why not the first Justice League movie be like fucking Joker, Lex Luthor, fucking Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
Like all these iconic villains like team up to take out the Justice. And then Darkseid comes in, and it's like, okay, we all got to team up to take out Darkseid.
Yeah, wouldn't that just be the Legion of Doom?
Well, yeah, exactly.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
But see, then towards the end of the first Justice League movie, Darkseid comes in. And then the villains and the superheroes have to team up to take out Darkseid.
Yeah.
So like something like that. A lot of people probably hate me for saying that, but I think that would be cool. That's happened before.
Yeah.
Sometimes a bigger villain comes along that threatens everybody, and Joker's like, well, bats, I guess we have to work together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a smart thing to do because then we can carry on fighting.
You know what I always wanted from X-Men?
What's that?
I always wanted Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, supposedly it's going to happen.
In what, Age of Apocalypse?
I don't know if it's going to happen in that, but I've heard that he's been cast. That could be the rumor.
It would have.
That's what I heard.
I mean, to me, it would have to be an Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that he plays such a key role in Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like, taking him down.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. So I'd say so.
But he was always such a cool character. He looked so cool,
He was always drawn really well.
Yeah. I wanted Mr. Sinister in those old X-Men movies. Wanted them bad.
Well, the problem there was Fox. It wasn't Marvel running the show. I'd say, dude, could you imagine what Marvel would do if they had their own property? The X-Men.
With the X-Men? Yeah, well, they'd be in the fucking Avengers.
Well, yeah, and they'd be in Civil War.
Yeah.
But dude, I just imagine sometimes, because the X-Men movies weren't horrible, especially the first two were pretty good, but
the first one was my favorite. The second one was all right. The third one pissed me off.
The third one was ridiculous. It was just it was like the Batman and Robin of the Marvel movies.
and the guy that played Cyclops, the only reason he got killed off so fast was because he was working on Man of Steel.
Yeah.
He was like, I kind of want to do this one, guys.
Oh, no, you mean, that would have been Batman Returns?
No.
Or no, Superman Returns, I mean. It wouldn't have been Man of Steel. That was too far before that.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Superman Returns.
Yep.
Which was boring.
That was the worst movie about a superhero.
I didn't hate it. It was just stupid that, Superman didn't fight anybody.
At all.
He punched an island. He punched a rock at one point in time. But he didn't really fucking fight anybody else.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
But other than that, it was a decent movie. It was shot well and it was written well. It just wasn't enough fucking Superman action in it. It was like emo Superman.
I didn't enjoy it because it was so long.
I liked the concept of it. The concept was cool. It was poor execution. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to recap, go over it, because I've watched this trailer probably 50 more times since then. I just keep, man, it just seems so fucking far away. I'm still not completely sold on him as Lex Luthor. It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers some people, but because when you grow up watching the Justice League cartoon and Superman animated series and stuff like that, and the comics, Lex Luthor, although he was a mogul, he was a fucking Bruce Wayne type of guy, but evil. Yeah. He was always kind of stacked. He was kind of built. Not so much in the movies, but in the comics and cartoons and shit, he was kind of built, dude.
Hackman.
Yeah. So, and for this to kind of be so, trying to pull from the comic book world, it just kind of seems like they get a Bryan Cranston or something to play him,
Now I'm really disappointed.
He would have been a good one, right?
That would have been perfect.
He would have been perfect for that role. But Eisenberg, it doesn't bother me. It's kind of, this is 2015. It's kind of the new take on things. I get it,
I just hope he goes bald.
I think he will, most likely. Because another thing too is Lex Luthor was all about the wigs and shit.
Yeah.
But he might actually, movie might show how he loses his hair. Unless that is a wig.
My only issue with Jesse Eisenberg is that he plays the same
character, yeah,
in every movie.
But I don't know if that's his fault. I think it's just how people write for him.
Yeah, he's probably typecasted now.
Yeah.
But it's he.
He's really psychotic.
Yeah, just like Facebook.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's hey, we're logging everything that you do all over the internet, so that way we can advertise to you better and sell it to the government.
They do.
They do sell your shit.
Speaking of which, is that why you deleted your Facebook?
No, I've known about that. I've been okay with that. I don't like seeing things.
I feel you. I've been there before.
Yeah. It'll be back one day, but
one of these days, hit him up on Twitter, folks.
At Adolf Clitler.
Yes.
.com.
So yeah. I fucking love this trailer. I don't care. A lot of people like, fucking Doomsday, and they're pissed off. And I don't get it. Like, I think it's awesome.
Why? Like, everyone was excited that Doomsday might be in it, and then they confirm it, and people are like, ooh.
Well, I don't know if people were so much excited as they were like, do they really have the balls to do it? And then when they were like, hey, we have the balls to do it, they were like, oh, and plus people are like, you give away too much with the trailer. And, I mean, maybe, but I feel like this movie still has a lot of surprises we don't know about.
Yeah.
Because we haven't heard anything about Aquaman yet we know he's in the movie. Like, at some point. He might just pop up at the end, but we know he's there.
They're going to be fighting Doomsday, and then, like, a fucking great white's just going to pop up and hide him, and he's just going to stand up on two dolphins and be like, y'all are making quite the ruckus.
Exactly. Because y'all keep it down up here. We're trying to sleep.
The Pacific is boiling right now, goddammit. All right?
But yeah, so I think there's still a lot of surprises in store for this movie. I really do. And I think, because again, and trailers are cut together in such a way these days that you never know. Like,
well, like, you can see shit. Like, some
yeah,
movies
you can figure some
tell
stuff out.
the entire plot from.
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
Like,
you can get an idea.
Like, I mean, we might all be fucking wrong.
Exactly.
Like, what if, like, this whole, like, Doomsday thing is also a nightmare?
Yeah, I don't think it is, but it could be.
It's probably not.
But it seems like most likely the nightmare thing is.
I mean, what's Kevin Smith said about it? Surely he said something about this trailer.
Oh,
like,
he loves it.
that's like kind of like my like barometer.
Yeah.
Well, if Kevin Smith's cool with it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it too.
Yeah, he dug it. He's cool with it.
Everything he's been a part of, I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen that Jersey Girl movie, so I don't know.
I liked it. I mean, it's not the best thing he ever did, and it's definitely a fucking chick flick.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, dude, and George Carlin's in it. George Carlin's awesome in it.
Damn. That's how old that is?
Yeah.
George man, like, I got
and
to
it was
see...
before George Carlin got all fucking fucked up. And, like, I mean, when he was old, he got all puffy looking and shit.
Well, like, I saw him on his last tour, George Carlin.
I saw him in 2001, and he was fucking in his prime. Like, cause dude, he was in his prime from like 1978 until like 2005.
I don't know, man. He was still pretty good.
Oh, he was still, yeah, he was still good up until his last one, but he was kind of starting to show his age a little bit. But like 2001's when Complaints and Grievances. Actually, they came out in like '99, but he was still on that tour, and like that was like his greatest hits tour. So you got to see like all the good bits.
What's his?
It was fucking awesome.
What was the CD where he talked about putting like all the criminals into four square states? Was that one from the 80s? Because he was talking about putting like sex offenders, drug addicts, murderers, and some other
and walling
group
them off
all up in there, and then once a month for like an hour they'd open up the
open
door
the
so they could like run through and like
yeah, that is an old one. I forget which one that's on though.
That's probably my favorite George Carlin.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think my favorite's either You're All Diseased or Complaints and Grievances. So, okay, but yeah, it sucks he's gone.
Yeah,
but,
I'm glad I got to see him.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, there you go. Fucking a little bit extra on the BVS.
Now that's them pushing in Zod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Zod right there, who apparently is going to be transformed into Doomsday.
So Superman, after snapping Zod's neck, just left him there. He was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Cool.
Well, I mean, I guess the morgue picked him up. I don't know how they're going to do an autopsy on a Kryptonian.
Yeah, government showed up.
They're going to have to use a kryptonite knife.
Trying to cut him. It's not working. Scalpel. Oh, it broke.
Well, maybe they're maybe when they die, their skin kind of loses its fucking efficacy. Is that the word? No, I don't think so. It's consistency. It's strength. I don't know. I don't know words.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do here is use words, but we don't understand them.
Yeah, no, I don't talk good.
We throw words together in cadences, and people listen.
Yes, a few people. And one really cool gas station attendant.
He's not gonna give you anything
I
for
know,
free.
man. Well, I mean, maybe
You're just
he will.
hoping he doesn't hear that. And now he's gonna go searching for
Hey,
it.
we've made some jokes, you know. He can make jokes about me if he wants. You know, I don't mean anything I say.
Oh, so you think it's funny talking like this, huh?
He doesn't even talk like that. What was I looking for? Okay. Well, yeah. This is kind of politicky, but it's kind of funny, too. It's just, we probably won't spend a whole lot of time on this, but you never know.
It's a good headline.
Yes, I love this headline. Hold on. Getting it on the screen. Okay, there it is. Donald Trump wants Bill Gates help closing that internet up. So, Donald Trump wants to close the internet up, which I don't understand what that means. Does that mean like kind of like what China has, where they have like their own private internet, like where they control what gets in and out? You know. So like in the U.S. right now, we can get internet from all over the world. There's not too much we can't access.
You could get on that dark web.
Yeah.
The deep web.
So, anyways, this is from Huffington Post, and this has been all over the internet. You can fucking find it on every news
Please
site.
read that top line. That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Somebody will say, I can't do a Trump impression. Somebody, I don't know. Somebody will say, oh, I got to do some kind of impression. Okay, I'm going to do Donald Trump as a hillbilly. Somebody will say, oh, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. These are foolish people. We have a lot of foolish people. And that's done. Look at, could you imagine? Let's see. What's this? Oh, wait, I got the sound turned off, so it doesn't matter. Fuck you, bitch. Donald Trump has had enough of that internet. he's like a grumpy old curmudgeon. At a campaign event on Monday night, the GOP presidential frontrunner said ISIS terrorists are recruiting people online, especially, quote, kids watching the internet who want to be masterminds. I mean, who are these kids?
I mean, I want to be a mastermind.
I mean, I do too, but, you know, watch Pinky and the Brain and figure it out. That's what we did back in the day. I got some good ideas from that show.
Yeah.
Like one time I'm going to dress up as a giant with a tiny little mouse head. I used to love that show, man.
It was pretty good. What are we doing tonight, boy? That's not a good Pinky. But
same thing we do every night, Pinky. We're losing a lot of people because of the internet, and we have to do something. We have to go see Bill Gates and a lot of different people that really understand what's happening. So he's basically like, somebody call up Bill Gates and let's figure this shit out. Like, Bill Gates has nothing better to do but sit around with fucking Donald Trump and figure out how to close off the internet so that ISIS can't influence people.
I mean, you know, Bill Gates retired, so.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, fucking Bill Gates' phone rings and he looks down. Fuck, it's Donald Trump again.
God damn it. How much money did Donald give to our foundation this year? $1 billion? Fuck.
His wife's like,
hey, Donald.
His wife's like, honey, that's the 5th time Donald's called today. Can you at least answer and tell him no?
No, I'm going to tell him we are out of service.
The person you have reached is not in range at this time, or whatever. It's just him talking.
Bill Gates is busy. No one's too busy for Trump.
Bill, I thought that sounded like you, but you know, it's obviously your answer machine. So
I know how Trump talks, but I don't think I could do it.
Yeah,
like, it's like
it would take some practice. I could probably figure it out.
We're losing a lot of people because of the internet.
You gotta pucker your lips at the same time. Like, he kind of keeps his lips puckered. You know,
like, I know how he would say it. Like, I can hear him saying it in my head, but like, I can't get it.
We're losing a lot of people. I can't do it. I used to be really good at doing impressions, man. I can't hardly do any anymore. Maybe it's because I smoke so much.
We have to go see Bill Gates and a lot of different people that really understand what's happening.
Oh, God, it's just like, he's just a dumb old man.
Oh, freedom.
With stupid hair. We have to talk to them, maybe in certain areas, closing that internet up in some way. He's like Darren Miller said the same shit. Like, he was like, we need to figure out a way for people to stop downloading music.
That's his running mate. That's his VP. Darren Miller's VP.
I figured, you know what, dude?
Come to see CKY plus foreign objects vice presidential status. That would be the ticket. Donald Trump and CKY for president.
You know, we actually could have had some Darren Miller discussion on this episode because he fucking did it again. He's doing another show. This time he's playing a graduation party. He's really successful, dude.
Dude, that's... Well, I mean, man, you know, like, I'd play a graduation party. Like, was it like college or high school?
I don't know. Probably college. I don't know.
Well, like...
maybe high school. I don't know.
Like, it's
regardless,
it's sad for, like, the college kids.
Well,
but then it would be sad for him if it was high school.
Well, the thing about it is, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing any band doing that. If Kiss wanted to do it, but if you're some guy that goes around talking about how you're so successful right now, and, like, you know, how you're getting all these people offering you these bookings, and then you show up with a show at a fucking, like, not even like an actual venue, you know, it's just like,
like,
you know.
Is he like promoting it so that way, like, he's like selling tickets to this kid's graduation party?
I guess I don't know.
Like,
all I seen was a flyer. I don't know if there's tickets being sold.
That would be fucked up. But even if it's flyers, like, that he's hanging up around town, like, there would be people that would just show up, like you know, like people who don't even know this kid. That's kind of fucked up. Just like, he's like, hey, what's up? Hi, do you go to school with Billy? No, I heard CKY's playing. Actually, it's Darren Miller. Yeah, I'm here for the show. You got beer?
So, yeah, I don't know. But it's just, you know, when you used to play, like, to actual venues with 1,000+ fans at each show, you know, sometimes even they fucking open for Guns N' Roses to fucking 30,000 fucking seat arenas and shit, you know? So it's, you know, you get to that point, it's like, you know.
It's not to discredit what he's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, I've played for people, but I haven't played for that many people. You know, I don't think anyone's ever bought anything that I've ever made. Like, period. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything myself for a profit. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome, man. Like, because, you know, playing music's cool, but, like, he's such a dick now. And, you know, like, why you gotta be a dick? Like, and if you're gonna be a dick, you have to do it while you're big, or else, like, everyone just hates you.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like I said, if it was any other rock star being a dick like that, it's kind of like it's not really on my radar. I mean, if it comes across my radar, I'm going to say something. But I mean,
you're not going to hear. Yeah. You're not going to hear like it's not going to be like, yep, Geddy Lee and Rush playing Bar Mitzvah today. Yeah. You know, and like Neil Peart's over here like, yeah, Geddy left.
Speaking of that, Neil Peart said the other day he's going to be retiring soon. Like, he's done with drumming.
Well, you know, they've released R40.
Yeah.
Like, it's their 40th fucking anniversary.
Yeah.
That's longer than you and I have been alive, that they've been up there just like being like, we're rocking out.
Neil Peart and his fucking 52-piece drum set.
Hey.
That motherfucker's badass. I don't know how that's more than 52 probably.
I mean, you know.
Oh, freedom of speech. Oh, freedom of speech. These are foolish people. We have a lot of foolish people. Gates is active on that internet, but has not responded to Trump's plea for help via Twitter. Again, that's HuffPost. I just thought that was hilarious. I saw that news the other day, and I was like, maybe yesterday. Maybe it might have been today.
I want to hear him say that, though. But, like, I mean, really, I want to hear that soundbite so bad. Just because, like, I can just hear him being all like, oh, freedom of speech.
Let me see here, fucking.
My favorite soundbite from Donald Trump is they play it on the radio all the time in like one of their little station ads, but it's like he says he's talking about Hillary Clinton. He's like, they never ask Hillary Clinton any hardballs. They always just toss them up. It's like, here, Hillary, and like the way that he says it, I'm like, he just sounds so funny. He's a funny sounding guy.
We have to talk to them, maybe in certain areas, closing that internet up in some way.
About
That was
internet.
funnier than I even thought it would be. Hold on, we gotta do it again.
We have to talk to them, maybe in certain areas, closing that internet up in some
That internet up. God, he's so clueless.
way.
Oh, goodness. That's fucking loud. I don't want to hear your music, buddy. I don't want to hear it. There we go. People are being radicalized by ISIS. Damn it. Damn it. What the fuck is going on? God, stop. What is going on with this thing? Having to post your video player sucks. So anyways, that was enough, I guess. Man. Wow. So yeah, that happened.
Closing that internet up.
You gotta close it up, man. Them internets. Come find me on them internets.
Well, I mean, it really doesn't matter to me because they fucking passed the goddamn net neutrality. So to me, I'm kind of like, I mean, the reason I have an issue with it is because they won't let us read it. They still won't let us read it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anything bad from it yet, though. You know,
It takes time.
I mean,
It takes time.
It's been a
to
couple
set up
years.
shit. No, this was last year. Like
Oh,
earlier.
a couple years, wasn't it?
No, it was last year.
I lose track of time.
They tried to do one, like that was the second time that it went up. The first time it failed. There are two bills, but fuck politics.
Yeah. All right, moving on. This was some sad news this past week, so we're gonna sandwich this in between the happy stuff. Scott Weiland of Stone Temple Pilots and Velvet Revolver passed away on his tour bus. This is from metalinjection.net. Again, all links will be in the description box of this podcast here on the YouTubes. All right.
Well, you know, I heard that's why they kicked him out of Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, dude.
Because he was on drugs.
Yes. Like, he's always been on some kind of drug.
Yeah.
I mean, even when he was sober. Like, I mean, he might have been sober for a while. I don't know.
So he's dead?
He died this past week.
Yeah.
This, again, from metalinjection.net. Scott Weiland's immediate cause of death revealed. Final performance video surfaces. With the news of Scott Weiland's death surfacing late last night, not much was known at the time. The former STP and Velvet Revolver frontman was found dead on his tour bus last night. Weiland was on tour in Minnesota, with his solo band, the Wildabouts, when he was found dead. Of course, it goes on to say he's done a lot of drugs over the years. TMZ obtained audio of the emergency call, and dispatcher said the singer was not breathing and his immediate cause of death was cardiac arrest. The underlying cause of death has not been determined yet. Apparently they found cocaine on the bus is what I've heard, which would match up with cardiac arrest. Speaking of which, folks,
Yeah.
I'm not having heart problems. I don't think I am anyway, even though it still feels like I am. I have my panic attacks, of course, which, you know, if anybody out there has those, you know it feels like you're having a heart attack. But according to all the tests I had done at the hospital last night, my heart is fine. So,
That's good news.
but I have been full of shit for a long time. You know, just
Still good.
yes, and I probably always will be. But yeah, I guess not to get too graphic about it, you know, but I've been sick for the past couple weeks and like just feeling like complete ass, like no energy, like body hurting all over. Turns out I just really needed to take a big shit. Went to the hospital last night. Like I said, they ran a bunch of tests and couldn't figure anything out. And you know, and I knew I hadn't dropped the Cosby kids off the pool in a few days. It had probably been like 4 days.
You gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Browns to the Super Bowl. You know, fucking whatever. Drop the bean babies off. So I guess I kind of figured that it gets built up in there, like all that cheese and all those McDonald's hamburgers, gets blocked up in there and creates a gassy situation along with an overstuffed colon situation, and ends up pushing in on your heart and your all this other shit. It just ends up hurting a lot in that area. You think it's chest pain, but it's really just shit pain.
Yeah.
So, I took about a 15-pound dump today, and it's all good.
15-pound dump.
I don't know if it was that much, but I feel that much lighter. I'll tell you that right now, buddy. So that's our TMI segment of the day.
TMI.
Right in the middle of talking about a dead guy. So yeah, dude, I was all about some STP back in the day. Like, especially like middle school when they first got really big, and then fucking all through high school, I loved them.
Yeah.
I never got to see him live though. It kind of sucks.
I saw him live.
Yeah. I was
with him.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could have.
Now they have the singer from Linkin Park.
Yeah, I know, which is ridiculous, and he sucks.
Well, apparently, someone told me that he sounds good with them.
I've never heard it, and I'm not gonna hear it. I can't stand that guy's voice. It's like razors. Like if you were to take like little mini razors and put them on, like tape them to Q-tips and jam them in an ear, like that's what his voice sounds like to me.
Shut up when I'm talking to you.
It's just like it's like the most unfucking masculine metal voice ever. Like even from the metal singers that are all like he's even less masculine than that. Like Judas Priest is more masculine than fucking Chester Bennington. That's his name, Chester Bennington.
That's a cool name
It's
for an English guy.
Yeah, that's a cool name if you're a butler. If you're the lead singer of a fucking rock band, it's
what if it was a rock band made entirely of butlers?
Well, that would be different.
That would definitely be the singer's
What
name.
would the name be? Like Butlers on Parade? Or
No. They
Butler
just be
Brigade.
called. They just be called the Gentlemen.
The Gentlemen. The Gentlemen's Gentlemen.
It's a power trio.
Yes.
With Chesterton Benningtonfield as the lead singer / guitar.
But yeah, dude, that's not a metal name. I'm sorry, Chester Bennington. You're fucking whiny ass. I'm ashamed to say that I've seen Linkin Park live twice.
So wait, so I got to see good Stone Temple Pilots, and you just had to see Linkin Park twice.
Well, I mean, dude, I've been to hundreds of concerts, and like a lot of them were just because I got free tickets from the radio station, and it just so happens that the radio station gives away crappy tickets.
Were they the headliners?
It was one of them was Linkin Park and Korn and a couple other bands I forget, and the other one was Linkin Park. I think Hoobastank, something like that. And like every time, like I didn't pay for these tickets. You can trust that much.
What was that song that Hoobastank did?
Yeah, that one song, "Crawling in the Dark." And
how did it go?
They did that "Running Away" song, and then they did that "Inside of You" song. Inside of you. I don't know.
Wait, so is that the one that was like, so why are you running?
No, that's "Running Away." That was off there. That was like one of their first shits.
But that's it.
Yeah,
that's them?
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah, that sucks,
Crawling,
dude. And look, dude. All right. Yeah, I hate to keep picking on Darren Miller. Actually, I kind of don't. But like the lead singer of Hoobastank is probably one of the worst live singers I've ever heard, next to Darren Miller. Like,
yeah.
Darren Miller might be slightly worse. But then again, I think I might have saw Hoobastank twice too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they came with Incubus at one point.
They probably were.
And I did pay to see Incubus because they put on a hell of a show back in the day. But
what's that? The Warmth?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song.
But the lead singer of Hoobastank is so tone deaf. Like, they must auto-tune the fuck out of him on albums. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Like, how the fuck do they do it?
Auto-tune.
Like,
I mean, live, he just sounds like shit.
well, but like, I don't know how they would do it. Like, because like it doesn't sound natural when it's on like a rap song.
Well, no, that's because they fucking they make it go all crazy. Like every fraction of a second, it goes up another octave. So it makes it sound all digital, yeah. So, but you can just, like, dude, 99% of music is auto-tuned now. You can't always tell. unless you know what they really sound like, or you know
so
what to listen
sad.
for, because there is like a slight tinge of digitalness to it. You can hear if you know what you're listening for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's auto-tune the fuck out of it.
That's sad.
Everything's dude. They can even do live auto-tune now, so you might not even be able to fucking notice live anymore.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you, System of a Down put on a decent show.
Yeah, I saw them on their very first album came out. I saw them, and that was like
I bet that was awesome.
it was really cool, and especially
'Cause that
because
would've been
like
low-key.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it wasn't though, because it was it was Metallica.
Oh.
And it was Metallica and Korn and Kid Rock and Power Man 5000 and System of a Down.
That's a heavy lineup.
It was 2000, I think either 2000 or 2001.
That shit's top loaded, man.
Yeah, I went there with a bunch of strippers and went on Kid Rock's bus.
They're like that's the only way that you get to hang out with like musicians is if you're a girl.
Not true. I've been a lot of musicians without strippers. It's just a guy like Kid Rock, you either have strippers or you don't meet him.
Oh, then apparently I'm just like the most not cool guy ever because it's like unless like I know like yeah, I don't know.
But yeah. The cool thing about that was though that that was around the time I think James Hetfield had like he had some kind of fucking accident or something. It wasn't the time that he got blown up on stage. But there was like another, I think it was like might have been a motorcycle accident or something like that, or some kind of accident. So he didn't make it to the show, but everybody else was there. So they had like Jonathan Davis from Korn came out and sang a couple songs with Metallica, and Jason Newsted was still with them. He sang, and he actually sings really good. Kid Rock did a couple songs,
What about Surge?
It was just, he came out and did some shit. I don't remember what he sang, but yeah, everybody that was on the tour
That's cool.
pretty much filled in
Yeah.
on different songs, and it was really cool to see. I'm not the biggest fan of Korn or anything like that, but it was still cool to see.
Wait, did he sing Metallica like he sings Korn?
Yeah, I mean, Taco Tico. Fucking Jonathan Davis, like, man, he's one ugly motherfucker.
He's had dreadlocks since before it was cool.
Yeah,
so-
well, he's always been a smelly, nasty motherfucker.
Have you met him?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a smelly, nasty motherfucker, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he bathes.
That's how he gets his inspiration from.
Yeah.
He lives in a dark, dark world.
Yes. What the fuck were we talking about? Scott Weiland. Wow. He's dead. Did too many drugs. You know what I should have got, but no, I'm not gonna do that to him. There's a video on the internet, folks. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you had. Like, I'm sure everybody's seen it at this point. It's from a couple years ago where Scott Weiland was supposed to be sober, but it was like it was a show with his new band, and they were doing Vaseline by STP, and it was just like you couldn't understand a word he was saying. Obviously fucked up on something when he wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so that's worth watching if you want to have a good laugh and remember him in a positive way. Depending on how you want to look at it. But it is sad. It sucks. Again, they were one of my favorite bands. I didn't care much for the Velvet Revolver shit, but STP was fucking solid. Through the 90s anyways. They did a couple albums recently that weren't that great. But yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
So that's that. Scott Weiland, you will be missed. It sucks that he never fucking got it together. He left some kids behind, and there's an article that went up today that I wasn't gonna bring up because, again, sometimes the dead just need to rest in peace. His ex-wife released this letter today about how people have been sending like condolences to the kids and shit, and she's like, thanks, it's all good and shit, but they lost their dad, a long time ago. This was just the end of the hope or whatever that he would ever turn around. So again, that's sad, but I mean,
Yeah.
You know, like the guy's
Very
dead. Give it a
sad.
little while. Let him decompose a little
That's
bit
not
before
how
you
it
bring that
works
shit
anymore.
out. Yeah, you
That's
know.
not how it works.
Well, I mean, she was just obviously looking for a payday.
Yeah, but that's not how they do it now, man.
Yeah.
It's you got to get the news out. He's dead.
Yeah.
Everything we need
Well,
to know.
I mean,
go.
look, you know, I'd say the website, or whatever news organization it was, went to her and was like, "Hey, if you give us some kind of story, we'll give you some, you know, we'll give you a little kickback."
Of course.
You know, and that was what she came up with.
And then everyone else picks up on it.
Exactly. So again, you will be missed, Mr. Weiland. Let's see here. What's next? Okay. On to actually, I want to make sure we talk about this. Konami bans Metal Gear Solid 5 creator Kojima from Game Awards. So the Video Game Awards happened last week, this past week. And basically, one of the most prolific game developers, game designers in the history of video games was banned from showing up at the Video Game Awards by the company that used to employ him. And according to them, he's still under contract, and that's why they were able to tell him not to show up. But it's just like he quit, like he left, or they kicked him out. I don't know which. And it's like an ex-girlfriend. Yeah, it's like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Like you can't be here because we're gonna be here, and I don't want to see you. You know, like I'm sorry, but I'm getting an award, so I think I should be here. I would have told them to fuck themselves. You know, you have every right to fucking be there.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Look, the beard. Do you see the beard on Mr. Hamill?
Yep. He's rocking it.
He's under contractual obligation.
Yeah. I think Kiefer's... Is he the one that makes the announcement? I don't remember.
On behalf of Hideo Kojima and everybody who worked on the game, I will accept this award and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. On a personal note, I just wanted to say that I think you guys are the most devoted fans I have ever seen. It doesn't matter whether it seems to be premiere of 24 or an opening of a film. The only thing I seem to ever sign are posters of Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
That's right, man. Video games are strong.
You guys rock. Have a great
Mark's
night.
like, yeah, nerds are better than people that watch TV. Okay?
Exactly. Okay, I think it's worth... Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Kiefer, for accepting that
Check
award.
this shit out.
And as you noticed, Hideo Kojima is not here with us tonight, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. Mr. Kojima had every intention of being with us tonight, but unfortunately, he was informed by a lawyer representing Konami just recently that he would not be allowed to travel to tonight's awards ceremony.
He seems very, very hesitant. Like somebody told him not to say this. You know? I feel like he's going against, like...
He's delivering tough news.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I feel like somebody told him not to say anything.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, fuck that. People deserve to know.
To accept any awards. It's he's still under an employment contract, and it's disappointing, and it's inconceivable to me that an artist like Hideo would not be allowed to come here and celebrate with his peers and his fellow teammates such an incredible game as Metal Gear Solid 5. But that's the situation we're in. Hideo is in Tokyo right now watching the show, so we want you to know, Hideo, that we're thinking of you. And we miss you. We hope to see you at the Game Awards 2016. But because we are thinking of you, some of your friends and I put together a little surprise for you.
Okay, so, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's like, Konami, do you realize what you have done? Like, they're already a fledgling ship at this point. Like, Metal Gear Solid 5 is like the last big thing that they're going to do. And they're going to, like, mostly mobile and shit now.
Yeah.
But you think about the legacy of Konami. Like, they've been around since the fucking NES.
Yeah, they're good.
You know?
They used to be great. Then again, so did Sega.
Yeah. But, I mean, they just, lately, man, they've just been, like, they just kind of went off the deep end. Like, they just abused this guy. And then fucking telling me he can't go accept awards, at some fucking show that they don't even run.
Yeah.
Like, they're not the fucking showrunners. They're not the ones putting on this show.
I think it's because, like, Konami owns the property of Metal Gear Solid.
Well,
and I think
yeah,
that's
but
what
I
it
mean,
is.
still.
Because they took his, I'm pretty sure they took his fucking name off the fucking disc too, didn't they?
Probably. But it's like, dude, everybody knows he made it. All the fans, you got to know that the fans are going to hate you for doing that. And they do. Like, everybody has turned on Konami now. Like, Konami's going to be done after this. Like, if they were already almost done.
Right.
This was the nail in the coffin. And it's just silly, man. Again, it's like, why? Just let the guy fucking go. And again, if it was me, I would have been like, fuck you, I'm going anyway. Like, you really telling me not to fucking show up at this thing that I should be a part of?
Right.
Like, they invited me, I'm gonna fucking go. Because they did. It's ridiculous. But I don't know. It just really.
Yeah. It's stupid. Like, I mean.
And it's a control thing. It's like, you're going to leave us. Well, here's what we're going to do to you. Because what would he have done? Yeah. Would he have said something that would have hurt the company? Like, not possible. The company's already hurt. Yeah. You're not, it's not even, it's just, why? And, yeah.
You're right. It's just a control thing.
It is. That's all it is. They just wanted to fucking have control over the guy.
Yep.
And, maybe he had his reasons, like, but if it was me, I would have told them to fuck themselves and I would have showed up. I mean, shit, you already lost your job with them, whether you quit or what, but,
Right.
You don't have your job anymore, so what are you losing? They're going to sue you? Sue you for what? I don't think you have, I mean, he might have something in his contract, but, I think it might be easy to fight that in court. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they probably waited to let him know until, like, right before.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. You like this headline. Suspected burglar hides from cops in pond, is killed by alligator. He hid in the wrong place.
Yep. He hid in the wrong place.
Huffington Post by Lee Moran. Moran?
Dude, it's just moron.
Let's see. A suspected burglar was killed by an alligator while hiding in a Florida pond to avoid arrest, police believe. The body of Matthew Riggins, 22, was discovered floating in a lake in Barefoot Bay, Brevard County, on November 23rd, according to multiple reports. The lower sections of his legs and a part of one arm were missing. The 11-foot-long alligator was so ferocious it had to be euthanized by a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission trapper as Riggins' corpse was being recovered, according to Florida Today. Look at this idiot.
So, like, they see him, and the alligator's still, like, I'm still eating.
Chewing on like a toes hanging out of his mouth, maybe. But I mean, I don't agree with the whole fucking shooting it thing because look, it's Florida. Number one, alligators are everywhere. You are in their environment. They're not in yours. Yeah. The dude was dumb. Look, I have family in Florida. I've visited them multiple times, and one of them lives like on a fucking lake. And if you go out in their front yard at any point in time, there are fucking alligators just chilling, like in the creek and shit. If you go out back to the fucking dock on the lake, there are fucking alligators.
Fuck that. Like, does she have any dogs?
You're in Florida. No, you're in Florida. You got to realize that if you fucking hide into a pond, you're probably going to encounter an alligator. They're there. Like, it's no joke. They're fucking there. They're like kangaroos in Australia. Alligators in Florida are everywhere. Like, fuck that. He's stupid. Like number one, you burglarize somebody. Yep. And number two, you hid in a fucking pond where there's alligators.
I mean,
so
I mean, why would you? No. like you just saying like, yeah, I visit this relative and there's alligators like on the front yard and back in the creek.
I mean,
nope, I'm not visiting that relative. pulling up is now
Have
a
you
hazard.
ever gone to Florida?
I've been to Florida.
Well, then you've been within like
I've
20 feet
been-
of an alligator. I guarantee
No, I know.
it.
But I've been in the ocean. Like I know that there's sharks and other fish and but like, I mean, no, I'm not gonna go to someone's place and they're just like, yeah, here's the front lawn. There's,
I mean,
there's
it's not
the
like
gator.
it's not like they're they're not like ants all over the place.
You show
I mean,
up,
you'll
there's
see
like
one
50 of them on the front lawn. Like you go up on the porch and you have to run in the house and shut the door because they're coming at you.
like when we would go out on the lake. You'd see one about every 20 or 30 feet.
Well, yeah,
on the lake.
in the lake, yeah.
But on the shore, like you would they had a little baby one that they would feed and it hung out on the shore.
No,
and
I
they're
wouldn't do that. You know why?
And
because
occasionally,
that mom is close.
Yeah, occasionally one of the big ones would kind of rest up on the shore, but most of the time they were just out in the water and shit. So,
You
but
don't
yeah, you would
swim.
see them though. You would I was out on the front porch one day and there was like a creek across the road, and I just looked over there and there was just a fucking alligator chilling like right next to the road. I'm like, damn, dude.
I would have got at McDonald's and fed it to it, like from a far
Get it on
in the car.
Get
in
it
the
on your
car.
side.
No, because at that point it's associating you with food.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he feeds me or he feeds me.
So yeah, and I mean,
He
come
looks
on.
like an idiot.
He kind of looks like a goober.
I mean, he's done it before.
Yeah.
We knew who he was. Whew. We'd had encountered with him before over same shit.
Yeah.
He always runs.
He hid in the wrong place. Local resident Laura Ferris told Bay News 9.
So not even the cops, just the chick who lives near.
Brevard County deputies were called to the locality on November 13th after receiving reports of two men hiding behind homes, according to the Orlando Sentinel. Officers searched the area with the help of K-9 units and a sheriff's helicopter. Riggins from Palm Bay managed to evade capture and called his girlfriend to say he was being chased, according to the reports. And then he got chomped like a bitch.
He called his girl, baby, the cops are after me.
I don't have this up on the screen, so I'm going to show it real quick. This is the guy we're talking about, people. Look at that mug. That's a mug only a mother could love.
Oh,
Yeah, and
he had a girlfriend.
Yeah, and a girlfriend. So, if you guys hear this, we're just making jokes, but he's stupid, dead or not. Again, we just, talked about Scott Weiland being stupid for doing drugs.
I mean,
he was stupid for hiding in a pond in Florida.
Isn't that just like a social Darwinism?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's totally fucking, hide in a pond, that's what you get, especially in Florida. Yeah, you could hide in a pond in Kentucky, you might get hit by like a copperhead or something, but
or a water moccasin,
or water moccasins,
or an alligator snapping turtle. You're gonna lose some serious toes, my friend.
Goodness. Well, running kind of late here, so got one more thing I thought we should cover.
Oh no, we have two.
What?
We have two things.
What do we have?
We'll do this, and then I'm gonna remind you.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to close on this, but that's okay.
Well, no, we can do this now then.
Okay, what is it?
All right. Star Wars is coming out next week.
Oh, yes.
We're going to be going doing this. So, just like as a quick refresher, since next week's episode is going to be like 100% Star Wars.
Yes.
So, just a little tidbit of Star Wars just to get the mood set. We're going to rank the 6 movies our favorite way. So, you can go first.
Oh, okay. Damn, I should have wrote it down.
Well, it's good to
I
think
can do
of
it. I can do it. I can do it on the
fresh.
fly, though.
Yeah.
Okay, and my personal favorites from best to worst. Well, not really worst, but least favorite, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so first I would probably put Empire. Second, I would probably put A New Hope. Third, Jedi. Fourth, Episode 3. Fifth would be Episode... I gotta go with Episode 1 as much as I hate it, because Episode 2, which would be my last, is just boring as fuck. At least there was a lot of shit that... there was some shit that happened in Episode 2, but there was a lot more boring in it, I feel like. And it was, as much as, it was kind of corny to see young Anakin, I liked it a little bit. It was cool. It was a different thing, It was something different. So, yeah, so we go 5, 4... No, wait.
Yeah, that's what you
Is
said.
that 5, 4, 6,
3, 1, 2.
1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you did. Okay. So,
but above all that though, the Star Wars Christmas special. That's the best by far.
okay.
You know.
The Chewbacca's family is pretty cool.
Yes.
All right. All right. So ours match on the first and the last one. So Empire's my first movie. Clones is my least favorite movie. And then this is where you're probably gonna this is where it got controversial when I was telling people my list last night. My number 2 is actually Revenge of the Sith.
Really?
And then A New Hope. And then Phantom Menace. And then Jedi. And then Clones.
Man.
That's my list.
Man. I don't know how you came up with that.
Because to me, the idea of Ewoks, even as a kid, was so disappointing to me. Just because I'm like, fuck you.
But see, my thing is I'm over Ewok. I'm more gung ho about Ewoks than I am about Jar Jar, and I'm more more so than fucking emo Anakin. And even definitely more so than the boring fucking romance in Attack of the Clones.
Well,
Attack
of the Clones is last.
And plus, it's it's the final resolution. It has the final climax, and aside from the Ewoks, Jedi has a really strong ending.
I thought, all right, Vader and shit. Yeah, that's great. I like that part. But I hate the rest of it. The rest of the ending, I hate it. I hate it. I don't have a problem with Endor when we first get there and you got the speeder bike chase.
Would you have been cooler with it if it was a planet of Wookiees?
If it was Kashyyyk and it was the Wookiees, yes.
Because wasn't that the original intention? It was just they couldn't afford to do Wookiees, so it was cheaper to get little people and do Ewoks.
The entire movie got a rewrite.
Yeah.
It was supposed to have a much darker ending. I don't like the happy ending to it.
Yeah, I heard about the darker ending.
I don't like the happy ending to it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so low to me.
Yeah.
And the reason that Revenge of the Sith is so high is because it has the best lightsaber battles.
I might put Revenge of the Sith before Jedi if it wasn't for no.
It does have bad parts.
I think that's the part that really fucking kills it for me. I still love it. Like I said, of the new trilogy, it's definitely at the top for me. But yeah, I can't mix any of those movies in with the originals. I just can't.
But I mean, I love the fact that we're actually getting to see the wars part of Star Wars because you got to see it on the Battle of Hoth, but everything else it's space battles, which is awesome. But I want to see ground battles too.
Exactly.
And so to me I love that one because Ewan McGregor plays the best Obi-Wan out of anybody in that movie.
I agree. He's good.
Because he was just channeling Alex McGinnis, and it was great. I love his performance. It didn't have a whole bunch of needless, stupid CGI creatures running around. It wasn't overly flamboyant. And you got a little bit of Sith lore in it, which was awesome. And plus, you got what we all really wanted was a fucking a battle between Yoda and the Emperor. Yeah, I wanted that.
That was really cool. I think my biggest problem with all those movies though is just they don't look like Star Wars movies to me, and it's all you can tell. It takes me out of it because you can tell that nearly every scene in those movies is shot in front of a green screen. You can just tell it's all green screened.
Well, I can say this though.
Just doesn't look real.
If you think about it in this sense, it makes sense because when we're first introduced to Star Wars, people loved it because it looks old. It was space shit, but it looked old and lived in and used. Well, it looks that way on Tatooine still, even in the prequel era. But the rest of the galaxy, except for outer rim planets and poor planets and mining planets, lived pretty luxuriously underneath the Republic.
I
so
mean,
everything would have been newer and nicer.
but that's not even what I'm talking about, though. I'm just talking about the fact they did it all in front of green screens, and it makes it look so fucking way too polished and way too fake, like way too computer generated. Like like they don't look like they don't look like
with clones.
They don't look like they're walking around in real space. It looks like they're walking around in fucking hand-painted fucking sets, like painted in Photoshop and shit.
Well, I know they did do a lot of matte painting, though.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that, because the original Star Wars did a whole lot of matte painting.
But it worked with it was subtle most of the time,
I think that Force Awakens is going to be amazing.
I do too.
I mean,
And
it's
the
gonna
reason
have
I say that is
space.
because, like, whenever I watch the trailers, it looks more like a Star Wars movie to me than the prequels did, because there's not all that green screen crap.
Yeah.
There's going to be some, sure, but like most of it's going to be practical. Most of it's going to be real fucking places, real sets with real shit you can touch and feel. If you were there.
All right. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
We did that podcast about the plot a while ago, and
Yes.
pretty much everything that I talked about in that has been confirmed.
Yes.
Up into the point of Rey battling with the lightsaber.
Yes.
And today, an image leaked of a toy. We actually got to see her in one of the TV spots. She's wearing this vest that we had never seen her in before. That's near the end of the movie. She has the toy that came out with her, and it comes with the lightsaber. And Harrison Ford actually came out and said during a Twitter feed that, like, he said, like, someone asked him what his favorite part of the movie was, and he said the lightsaber battle between Kylo Ren and Rey. He said it was visually fantastic storytelling.
Hell yeah.
So, like, it got confirmed by someone in there that they fought, and then the toy came out with her with the lightsaber. So, I mean, basically, if you want to get spoils, go back to that one, watch that again, thumbs it up. But if you don't want to hear spoilers, skip ahead like 20 seconds ago.
And you know what? I'm not going to do that other thing because it wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a funny article, but I was looking through it just then, and it's clearly not a funny article. It's just serious.
So,
it was about lesbians and shit. I thought we could have some fun with it, but they were being too serious with it. So
like I was saying, man, my list is a little controversial.
yeah, I don't disagree with your opinions on it.
That's all it is.
Like,
it's opinions.
For me, I can't put the prequels in as much as I do really like Episode 3. I just can't mix them in with the original trilogy because it's just untouchable to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Like, even with its imperfections, it's good. But I feel like the imperfections in the prequels are not good. Like, they're not charming like they were in the originals,
Yeah.
So that's kind of my stance on it.
From what I've heard, the whole reason that it turned into that happy ending had to do with, like, toys and marketing.
Oh yeah, that's totally what it was.
And that sucks.
They couldn't sell kids on a movie that ends on such a down note, which honestly they could have.
Well, yeah, they did with Empire.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. They were like, we gave them that with Empire. We need to make this one a happy ending.
Fuck that.
I agree.
Because we would have been waiting 40 fucking
And
years for this.
I think that JJ feels the same way about that from what I've heard. I've read an interview and saw a video.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically come out and said, like, when Kathleen Kennedy first approached him, he was like, yeah, I don't really want to do it. I just did Star Trek. I don't really want to do Star Wars. And, like, she asked him a question. Like, she was like, what do you think has happened to Luke Skywalker in 30 years after that?
No.
And, like, apparently one of their first discussions, he was like, what about, like, what some people say happened with the Nazis? How, like, what if some of them escaped to Argentina? And, what if they rebuilt? Like, that's what the First Order is.
Yeah.
He basically, like, the First Order is basically, like, a representation of Nazis.
Could be kind of like in the Ninja Turtles comics right now. Spoilers, for anybody out there that actually reads them like I do. They kill Shredder, and who was the leader of the Foot Clan. And by killing Shredder, Splinter became the leader of the Foot Clan. So now the Turtles and Splinter lead the Foot Clan, and they're turning them into like a good, like instead of bad guys, they're trying to turn them into good guys.
That's crazy.
And, and they still have enemies and shit to fight, but instead of the turtles being against the Foot Clan, they're actually working with them and shit. Yeah, so it's kind of like, maybe Luke took over and started his own little empire type of thing.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. Luke started a temple.
Yeah.
The temple got attacked and destroyed, and a lot of his students were lost.
Yeah.
And so he goes off into hiding, and he's in it for a flashback, and then at the very end, when Rey shows up to go train with him, that's it, man. That's why.
I can't.
The internet's is Luke Kylo Ren? No, no, he's not.
No, definitely not.
It's Adam fucking Driver.
We don't. Maybe they have some kind of connection, though. You never know.
It might be his son.
Yeah, could.
Might be his fucking nephew.
Who would fuck Luke Skywalker, though? I mean, I guess you could fuck anybody when you have the Jedi mind trick.
Well, yeah, but he wouldn't do that.
You don't think
Or
so?
would he?
So yeah, on next week's episode, we're hopefully going to be able to do some interviews at the premiere for Star Wars in Lexington, Kentucky. Hopefully there'll be a lot of people there, and there'll be some people that don't mind getting on camera, or at least on microphone.
Are we gonna need to make up like a release form?
Yeah. Well, no. As long as we get people on camera saying that they're cool with it, we should be all right.
Say that you're cool with being interviewed for Chronic Confusion. Go.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
That would be funny if we
maybe get a release form together. I don't know. But
this probably won't happen. But imagine if we go in there and we're just like, "Hey, look, we do this podcast at Chronic Confusion. Holy shit, Chronic, you Cody and Tony Doug."
That's not gonna happen. But
I know, but like,
it
what
would be
if it
awesome
does?
if it did.
I'd get like a boner. Just boom.
So yeah, we're gonna. So next week's episode will be delayed a little bit. I mean, which hey, they usually are. So I'm gonna try to get it up though by Friday. I'm gonna try. So we're going on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try because I think I'll have to work. I'll have to work the day shift on Friday.
We're going.
So by Friday night, hopefully, I'll have the podcast up.
We're going on Thursday. Then I'm going again on Friday, and then again the following Monday.
You're obsessed, dude.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it, and I'm going to it 3 times.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean,
that's how good it is.
It'd probably be worth it. Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm already planning on seeing Batman vs Superman at least 20 times before the weekend's over.
Well, fucking
opens.
George Lucas says that he really likes it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Steven Spielberg says it could be one of the biggest movies of all time.
Oh, really?
And these are people who have seen it.
Well,
who know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
The creator and one of the creator's best friends, who happens to be one of the most legendary and accomplished directors in all of Hollywood.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Spielberg would have directed one of the originals?
He was going to direct Jedi.
Yeah, I know.
But because Lucas had the thing with the Screen Actors Guild or the Film Actors Guild, one of those. It's SAG. It's not FAG. It's SAG. but because it was the Directors Guild, I guess.
Yeah.
Where
DAG.
he didn't want to the DAG, where he didn't put the credits at the start of the film. He wanted to wait until the very end.
I know it'd be Stidig. Okay.
But yeah, he didn't want to do that, And thank God he didn't, because we have a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
Star Wars. And then a fucking crawl. And that's Star Wars. That's epic. But it's that's why that he couldn't do it, because he was a member of that guild.
Huh.
So he couldn't do it.
Weird.
But Lucas was able to work on Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Well, Hollywood's a weird place.
Full of back doors and back doors.
So anyways, folks, thanks for listening and watching to this edition of Chronic Confusion. Fuck, dude. I guess by the time we all get together again here on this awesome podcast, we'll all have seen Star Wars. And, I'm sure we'll have some shit to say about it. So until then, I hope you guys enjoy it, because honestly, we're all going, right?
Oh my God, it fucking sucked.
So enjoy the movie, y'all, and come back here after you see it on Friday and check out reactions from us and reactions from other people. and all kinds of good Star Wars related shit on the next edition of Chronic Confusion. Till then, hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Peace out, and watch out for the potholes.